Ephedra, Ma Huang. Ever wonder what it's like to drink 6 espressos, strap yourself to a treadmill, and just hope for the best? That's ephedra. Marketed as the miracle fat burner of the 90s, this plant basically screams, "Wanna lose weight and gamble with your heartbeat?" It works. Oh yes, you'll sweat, shake, and suddenly feel like sprinting through a brick wall, but at a cost. Heart attacks, strokes, arrhythmias. It didn't matter that it was natural. It turned your body into a ticking time bomb in the name of beach season. Eventually, the FDA banned it. When the FDA bans a plant, you know it's bad news. Ephedra isn't just a supplement. It's a lifestyle. For people who think cardiac arrest sounds like a fun cheat day. Pro tip, if your diet plan requires a defibrillator, maybe pick a different plan. Bitter orange, synephrine. Because apparently, we didn't learn from ephedra, so we needed a citrus-themed sequel. This natural fat burner says, hey, want to speed up your metabolism and your ticket to the ER? Synephrine, the active compound, is basically ephedra's understudy, ready to raise your heart rate, blood pressure, and anxiety levels while you sit perfectly still. And when supplement companies mix it with caffeine, boom, that's the metabolic equivalent of juggling chainsaws while riding a unicycle. Sure, it's called bitter orange, but the only thing bitter will be your regret when your chest tightens mid-treadmill. Remember, just because it sounds like an ingredient for a fancy cocktail doesn't mean it's safe. This stuff isn't fat-burning magic. It's a citrus-flavored cardiac event waiting to happen. Pro tip, squeeze actual oranges in your water. Safer. Tastier, less deadly. Yohimbe bark. Because what could go wrong when you take a tree's bedroom reputation and turn it into a supplement? Advertised as a libido booster and fat burner, Yohimbe promises energy, excitement, and, well, extreme regret. Its real skill? Cranking up adrenaline so much that your body thinks you're being chased by a lion, even if you're just scrolling your phone. Side effects? How about heart palpitations, anxiety, high blood pressure, and a fun little bonus round of seizures? The dosages in supplements are wildly inconsistent too. You could get a mild boost or a one-way ticket to the ER. Dealer's choice. If you want to spice up your love life, maybe just light some candles instead of turning your cardiovascular system into an action movie. Yohimbe. Because nothing says romantic evening like calling 911 halfway through dinner. Kava. Sounds soothing, right? Like something you sip in a hammock under a palm tree. And yeah, it chills you out, right before it annihilates your liver. Used traditionally for relaxation, Kava helps you feel calm, mellow, maybe even zen, while your liver files a formal complaint and then quits. Hepatotoxicity isn't a vibe anyone wants, but it's what Kava delivers. People think, it's natural, how bad can it be? Well, how about irreversible liver damage and potential liver failure? You might go from stressed to relaxed to needing a transplant faster than you can say herbal remedy. Pro tip, if you want to de-stress, try yoga, meditation, or yelling into a pillow. All less risky than sipping a liver assassin disguised as tea. Kava. For when you want calm on the outside and chaos on the inside. Comfrey, the plant that looks harmless, sounds quaint, and ruins your liver like it's on a mission. It's been used for centuries as a folk remedy because nothing says, trust me, like something medieval peasants rubbed on wounds. But here's the catch. It contains pyrrolizidine alkaloids. Try saying that 3 times fast while your liver screams. These compounds clog up your liver's veins, cause swelling, and can lead straight to liver failure. So while people think they're sipping a soothing herbal tea, their liver is quietly preparing its resignation letter. Comfrey isn't just a natural remedy. It's like drinking a poison potion, but with rustic branding. Pro tip, if you're going to consume something that's ancient medicine, maybe check why no one does it anymore. Spoiler, it's because they figured out it was deadly. Aconite, wolf's bane. Thinking about trying aconite? Cool. If your goal is medieval poisoning, but make it modern. This isn't just some pretty purple flower. This is the stuff warriors dipped arrows in, because it stops hearts. Literally. People today take it thinking, oh, it's natural. Yeah, naturally lethal. A tiny dose, tingling lips, dizziness, nausea. A bit more, say hello to your last heartbeat. Even touching it can cause numbness. Your skin absorbs it like your body's volunteering for trouble. It's marketed for joint pain, but the only thing it might relieve is your attachment to life itself. This isn't tea, it's a liquid panic attack in a cup. If the word bane is in the name, here's a tip. Don't ingest it. Next time you want a natural remedy, pick chamomile, not the herb that doubles as a murder weapon. Aristolochia, aristolochic acid. Sounds fancy, like something you'd swirl in a wine glass. But what you're actually sipping? A carcinogenic kidney-wrecking ball. This herb was hyped in ancient remedies for everything from arthritis to weight loss, because apparently no one back then cared about keeping their kidneys. The star of this horror show is aristolochic acid, a compound that quietly destroys your kidneys while boosting your odds of getting cancer. People thought it was healing them, but really it was fast-tracking them to dialysis with a side of tumors. And here's the wild part. It's still around in some sketchy supplements. If a plant is famous for causing something called Balkan endemic nephropathy, maybe skip it, no matter how artisanal the packaging looks. Aristolochia isn't wellness. It's a kidney's worst nightmare dressed up like an herbal helper. Not everything natural deserves a place in your tea cabinet. Chaparral, the desert shrub that says, "Hey, you wanted a liver cleanse, right? Let me just destroy it entirely." Once hyped as a natural detox, this plant does the opposite of clean. It trashes your liver faster than a Vegas weekend. People took it to purify their bodies, but their liver? Yeah, it was waving a white flag after a few doses. Inside this innocent-looking shrub is NDGA, a compound that clogs your liver's ability to function. Fatigue, jaundice, full-on liver failure, all part of the cleansing experience. It's like hiring a demolition crew to fix up your kitchen. You'll feel lighter all right, because your liver will be begging for early retirement. Chaparral isn't a healing herb. It's the plant version of throwing a brick through your liver's window. For detox, stick to water and fiber. Leave this shrub to the desert where it belongs. Colloidal silver, because nothing says health conscious like drinking metal. Sold as an immune booster, infection fighter, and all-around miracle. But the real miracle? Watching your skin turn a lovely shade of Smurf blue. Yep, take enough, and you'll get argyria, a condition where your skin permanently shifts to silver blue. Forget fake tans. This stuff gives you an irreversible sci-fi glow. But hey, that's not all. It can also damage your kidneys, mess with your nervous system, and build up in your organs. So why do people still chug this? Probably because it's marketed as natural. Sure, silver is natural, so are volcanoes, but you don't drink lava. There's no scientific proof it helps infections, but plenty of evidence that it helps wreck your body. Colloidal silver, when you want to look like a human statue and feel awful inside too. Maybe just don't. Germander. Sounds quaint, like something your grandma might grow next to her roses. But this little herb hides a mean streak. Once hyped as a weight loss aid, Germander promised to melt fat, and it sort of delivered by melting your liver along with it. Inside its innocent green leaves are hepatotoxic compounds ready to sabotage your liver function faster than a junk food binge. People took it hoping to slim down and ended up jaundiced, fatigued, and in some cases, hospitalized with acute liver failure. In the 1990s, it became so notorious that France banned it from all products. Not exactly a glowing endorsement. Here's the deal. If your diet plan involves an herb that's famous for sending people to liver transplant lists, it's not a plan, it's a health disaster. Germander isn't a detox. It's more like signing your liver's resignation letter in herbal ink. Lobelia, Indian tobacco, marketed as a natural remedy for asthma, which is hilarious because this plant's favorite hobby is stopping your breathing entirely. At low doses, it gives a mild stimulant effect. At higher doses, nausea, vomiting, tremors, convulsions, and full-on respiratory failure. Yeah, that's right. People took this to help them breathe easier and ended up gasping for air in the ER. It earned the nickname pukeweed, a clue perhaps, because it was used to induce vomiting, a charming bonus feature. Your lungs aren't impressed. If lobelia had a resume, potential to shut down your respiratory system would be right at the top. But hey, it's natural. So is arsenic, but you won't see anyone making an arsenic latte. Lobelia isn't healing your lungs. It's applying for the job of making sure you never need your lungs again. Avoid this one. Your airways will thank you. DMAA, the supplement world's answer to what if we just bottled a panic attack? Originally developed as a nasal decongestant, because nothing clears sinuses like rocket fuel, it found fame in pre-workouts and fat burners, promising insane energy. And insane is exactly right. DMAA jacks up your heart rate and blood pressure like you're being chased by a bear while sitting perfectly still. Just one scoop can leave you feeling wired, sweaty, dizzy, and if you're really lucky, headed straight for Arrhythmia City. The FDA banned it, but that hasn't stopped sketchy supplement companies from sneaking it into products labeled with vague names like Performance Blend. If your pre-workout feels like prepping for a fistfight with your own heart, check the label. DMAA isn't energy. It's chaos in powder form. Skip the heart-palpitating adventure and maybe just have a coffee instead. Pennyroyal oil. Sounds like something you'd find in a fancy apothecary, right? Wrong. This stuff is less spa day and more call poison control immediately. Historically used for digestive issues and as a natural insect repellent, but inside this minty-sounding oil is a chemical cocktail that absolutely wrecks your liver and kidneys. A few teaspoons, fatal. Even a few drops rubbed on your skin can sneak through and wreak havoc. People used to take it as a herbal cleanse or for menstrual relief, and sometimes didn't live long enough to regret it. It's the herbal equivalent of spraying Raid in your tea. Natural doesn't always mean safe. Arsenic and rattlesnakes are natural too. If your essential oil comes with a side of organ failure, it's time to put the dropper down. Pennyroyal, when your wellness routine doubles as an extreme sport. Red yeast rice. Sounds harmless, right? It's rice. What could go wrong? Well, how about accidentally taking a prescription-strength statin without a prescription? This natural supplement contains monocolin K, which is chemically identical to lovastatin, a legit pharmaceutical used to lower cholesterol. But here's the kicker. Supplement brands don't exactly measure carefully. One capsule might give you a sprinkle, while another delivers a megadose straight to your liver and muscles. And because it's sold as a supplement, you get none of the warnings, dosage guidance, or medical supervision that actual statins require. People think they're doing something gentle for heart health, but their liver and kidneys are quietly screaming for mercy. It's rice, but it's rogue. If your cholesterol plan comes from a jar with no doctor in sight, rethink that strategy. Red yeast rice, when dinner turns into pharmaceutical roulette. Senna, the natural laxative that's less gentle cleanse and more emergency evacuation plan. People drink Senna tea thinking they're just helping things move along, but overuse can quickly turn into an all-out gastrointestinal meltdown, cramps, diarrhea, dehydration, electrolyte chaos. And chronic use? It doesn't just get things going, it can train your colon to stop working without it, basically making your gut a full-time employee of Senna. Even worse, it can mess with potassium levels so badly your heart might join the rebellion too. Sure, it's plant-based, but so is poison ivy, and you don't steep that in hot water, do you? Senna isn't a friendly cup of tea. It's nature's way of saying, good luck making it through this meeting without sprinting to the bathroom. If you need fiber, eat an apple. Don't weaponize your digestive system.